Hi class. I want to go over just a few homework assignments applying what we learned in the last video. First question, where am I? I'm in the homework assignment I explained to you in the first video. This is section 1.1, the homework, right above the book exercises after embedded in the book chapter. So let's go to question number 5. Let's take a look at number 5. Artists and poets look at the world and seek relationships in order, but they translate their ideas to canvas or to marble or into poetic images. Scientists, kind of by contrast, try to find relationships between different objects and events. To express the order they find, they create hypotheses and theories. The great scientific theories are easily compared to great art and great literature. Well, obviously, they're looking for the last I guess, is it obvious? The last statement to be the conclusion. They say specific things about what artists and poets do in the premises, leaving the last statement as the conclusion, which ties together these more specific facts about the work of artists and poets. So it's that advice that you want to look at more general statements or perhaps more theoretical statements that may help you with number 5. Let's take a look at number 11. Looks like I got that right. Okay, the conclusion is the first statement. You might think it's the last. Let's take a look. Profits serve a very crucial function in a free enterprise such as our own. High profits are the signal that consumers want more of the output of the industry. High profits provide incentives for a firm of above average efficiency. Profits represent the reward for greater efficiency. More theoretical? I'm thinking less specific. I think it's a more general statement, maybe, a very crucial function versus the specific, more pointed facts about what high profits do. Tell me the first statement, that's the conclusion. I also want you to notice something. In the last sentence, you have the word for, F-O-R, and I want you to remember, it's easy to forget this one, that for is a premise indicator. But the word for and the word since perform other functions besides being premise indicators, right? And they often mark time for 10 years since 1776. So you have to keep in mind that not every instance of an indicator word is it performing the function of an indicator word. Many times, yes, but look at, and I see another for in there too. You're going to have to discriminate and start thinking in terms of whether or not the word is being used as an indicator word or not, and it's not in this context. Okay, a couple more. Let's take a look at number 21. 21, and what do we have here? Neither a borrower nor lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. Okay, is that Shakespeare or something? Sounds like it. Hey, it could be Benjamin Franklin. I don't know. I think it's Shakespeare. So I'm going to go with conclusion, neither a borrower nor a lender be. How did I know? Again, I guess I'm pointing to this overlooked item here, that for, F-O-R, is a premise indicator. That's telling me that the rest of the stuff is premise, and the first part, neither a borrower nor a lender be, is your conclusion. I go no further. I don't try to think about general, specific, theoretical, anything. I use my indicator words when they're done. And you could take out the word for and put in since or because. Those are other premise indicators. Don't lend or borrow because loan often loses both itself. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, since, right? The word for, again, as a premise indicator. First statement then, process of elimination would be your conclusion. Okay, one last one. Let's take a look at number 30. Okay. The first statement is the conclusion. World government and the balance of power are in many ways opposite. But let's read on. World government means one central authority. They're telling us what world government is. They're kind of giving us some defining conditions, a definition of it. Second, next statement. A balance of power system has many sovereign authorities. each controlling its own army, combining only when they feel like it to control aggression. Now take a look at that last statement. Somebody might, reading this through, might go with the last statement as a conclusion. To most people, world government now seems unattainable. It's not the conclusion, but this is a trick that you'll see often. When the last sentence changes tone or changes the kind of statement that it is, and it certainly is. They're talking about balance of power, world government, and then they talk about people's perceptions. When there's a shift in the last sentence, people will erroneously think that that's the conclusion because it feels different than the rest of the passages. But you have to look at it in terms of what I went over in the previous video. You have to think in terms of specific and general. This is a more specific fact about people's perceptions of world government. The first statement is a more theoretical statement. It's also, God help us to figure this out many times. It says it's a little more general than people's perceptions. I can get some data on people's perceptions. I can't get data on this more theoretical general statement about world government, balance of power, opposites. It is theoretical. Okay, so first statement is the conclusion. Watch out, over and over again, watch out for that change of tone at the end. Doesn't necessarily mean that that last statement is your conclusion. Okay, I think you have all I've got in terms of advice, in terms of the book gives you good support. You can run that ungraded tutorial if you need more practice. I think you're ready to finish 1.1, ready to finish the week. See you next time.